So let's add our function. So const display image, and function will take the file as param, and inside what we will do, so we will define variable, let's call this reader, and to read the file, so we need to call the class which is file reader, and now we can read the file. So to read the file we can use the reader dot onload, and once is loaded, so we have here a function that takes the event as param, and once we read the file, so we need to do, so we need to change here the objects that we have. So we will change the image URL to the image URL that the user has chosen, and also we need to change file selected, but the format and quality will be same, and so here it's width, not width. So I have a missing D, I just noticed that. Where is it? So it's inside inputs components. Where is the width here? So here quality, so here format, and here width. Okay, so here it's correctly written. Okay, so here we have the mistake, so we have fixed that. So as I said, we will keep the other fields as they are because they are linked with form. So for the chosen image URL and file selected, so we need to change them. Okay, and to change this properties, so we'll use the spread operator and use the data.chosenImage, and what we will do, so we will keep everything as it is and only change, as I said, so the file selected, so we will give it the file which the user has chosen, and image URL, so we'll give it the e.target.result. Okay, and finally what we have, so I think why it's here it's showing in red, so reader.onload, so you have here the events row function, but I made a mistake here, that's why. So let's do something. So here we need to change, so we need to not let's do something, so let's keep it as it is, but we need to change the data.chosenImage, and now we can give it not like this, but we can give it the new object which contains the other values of the properties we have, and we change only the file and image URL. So this is correct. So finally what we need to do, we need to call the reader and read as URL, so read as data URL, and we give it the file. Okay, so now we are done. So here the preview, as we said, so it will receive the chosen image, and once we have the chosen image, so we will display the image URL here. Okay, so save, let's see what we have here. So here we are constlin and login event, so instead we will call the display image, and we give it, so here we give it events.data transfer.files and the 0 index. Also here on the handle file change, so we do the same thing, but we give it events.targets.files. Okay, so save. Let's try now and see if it is working or not. So let's refresh just to clear the console from the previous data. So let's drag and drop an image. So here is our image. So as you can see now, we have our image here. Okay. So let's do the same thing when we click on the drag and drop zone. So I have chosen another image, and as you can see, we have here the image, so we can preview the image. Okay. So next we need to compress the image. So we need the button here. So once, not here, but here. So once we click on the button, so we need to compress the image. So let's first add the button, and later we need to add the function that will send the request to the backend. So here we have the form. So let's add the button here and give it a class which is submit btn, and here we have compress images, or image, only one image we have. So save, let's see what we have. So here is the button, so it's down. Okay, we can move it, so here, so top. So I think it's better to be here, or let's make it okay, let's make it here. I think it's better. Let's move down, so here it's better. So now we need, once we click on this button, so we need to send the request to the backend. And to send the request to the backend, so we need to install some packages. So we need to install Axios, so we can send the request to the backend. And also we will install another package, which is Vue tostification, to display the toast notifications. So let's add here npm, but before we do that, let's move to the Vue, npm install Axios, and we need Vue tostification. So let's look for it here, Vue tostification, this one. So let's move down. So Vue tostification, where is it? So here we have the Google, so the AI of Google search. So let's see what we have here. So we are using Vue 3, so we need to use the Vue tostification v2. So this one, so we need to use it. So to use it, we need to run this command. So let's copy this one and paste it, not here, but here, and hit enter. So once done, or let's move to our function and wait until it's done. Okay, so let's add our function and define it. So the first thing, let's give it a name. So compress image, so it will be in sync, and here let's add row, and inside what we need to do, so we need first to define form data that will hold the data that we will send to the backend. So let's move to our backend again to refresh the memory. So we have the compress or image compress controller. So here what we need to receive, so we need to receive the image, the format, the quality, and do it. Okay. So let's send them. So the first thing, as I said, we need to define form data, and next we need to add or to append the data. So form data dot append, and we have the first field, as we said, which is the image, and image. So we will not send the image URL. Why? Because this is a base or base 64 image, which is a string, but here inside our controller, so we need to send a file. So we are receiving a file, not a string. That's why we have added the file selected here. So to send the file, not string, and that's why here we have changed file selected to the file and image URL to the result, which is string. Okay, so now we can send the file selected, not info. So next, let's copy and paste from here. So next, what we need quality. And quality, we can get it using the, but before, let's do something. So the file is inside data, the chosen image, and file selected, not, so I made mistake, so sorry. So let's copy again from here and change this to the data. So here we have quality, and here we have the width, and here we have the format. And once, so let's add here format. Let's see if the packages has been, let's see if packages has been installed. So it's done successfully. So once we have appended all the data we need, so what we need to do,